better than last time. Slightly better than last time. Not much better. Got a ton more figures to open though. Just wait for a couple of people to come on through. I've not even cleared the review stand since last time. Look, you got stuff from Harley Quinn, stuff from Catwoman. Got the Creepers, weird like camera weapon. Cool accessory for a toy. I don't think Creepers ever used anything like this in any comic ever, though. So, oop. Yeah, I'm just Sam. I got the Atom Smasher Spectre 2-pack. Hey, Jesus. Yeah, no, it is a wall of DC Multiverse. I wasn't lying with the name of this live stream. Now, to be fair, I've been buying these guys since October. I'm good, Weird Kid. How are you? Well, I'm just Sam. The good news is a lot of these are probably going to go on sale pretty soon because Mattel is now doing their DC stuff and it's back to the 6-inch scale. So I imagine a lot of people are probably going to be clearing out their collection, especially as Mattel does some more heavy hitter characters like Flash and Joker. Ah, that sucks, Cheesimus. It always sucks whenever you get like an issue and it's already damaged. Yeah, of course, Weird Kid. Thank you for asking me. I'm going to tell you guys this as well. Last time Sienna and Bo were hanging out in the other room. Well, today they were a little bit lonely. So they're in the room with me right now. I don't know if they're going to be on camera at any point. But if you see the tripod shake or you hear me talking to someone, it's because I'm talking to Sienna and Bo, my cats. They just need a little bit extra love today. And you know what? That's fine. A lot of us need a little bit extra love some days. I don't know who we're opening first. Well, I know who we're opening first. It's gonna be this guy. I have been so desperate to open up this Captain Cold. And how fitting that we're only doing this after I make my Captain Cold video talking about how much I love Leonard Snart. So I think he's gonna have to be the first figure we open tonight. There is a variant of this Captain Cold. The only... Oh, I'm glad, Robo Warrior. I hope you get to feeling better. The variant for this guy is literally just they gave him a blue face, because in the Super Friends cartoon, he had a blue face. That's the only difference between the normal and the variant. I preferred this, because, as I said, he only had the blue face in the Super Friends cartoon. He's never had that otherwise. In fact, now that I think about it, I think he beat Mr. Freeze to having the blue face. Because I don't think... No, I take that back. I take that back. Mr. Freeze definitely had blue skin by the time of the Super Friends cartoon. Here, I gotta plug my phone up real quick. Wait. But yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? I know we're probably not going to get a ton of people just because it's a Thursday, and also it's more DC stuff, and I don't think a lot of people on the channel are really into DC. But you know, I think that's the nice thing about the live streams, is the live streams is a lot more relaxed. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Alright. Let's get you out, Leonard. So back when I used to do more DC Multiverse stuff, I'd always complain about the back of the box, because the back of the box has so many different characters who didn't have toys for a super long time. Also, good choice of a picture for Captain Cold. That's from Rogue's Revenge. That's one of the better Captain Cold stories, and probably... It's not the best, but it's one of the best Rogue stories overall. That's the one where they're trying to kill Inertia after he tricked them into killing Bart Allen as the Flash. What do we got here? That's just a usual type of write-up. I'm curious, is it right? Let's see here. Central City has been home to plenty of supervillains over the years, enough to keep even the fastest man alive running ragged. But of all the Flash's notorious gallery rogues, none is cooler than the parka-clad, cold ray-packing Leonard Snart, a.k.a. Captain Cold. I mean, that's correct, but also, that's... I don't know, man. Especially for, like, a collector series. I was hoping that they would go a little bit more in depth than that. Maybe mention Lisa. Maybe mention the fact that he leads the rogues. Maybe mention the fact that he's the only rogue that's never had a legacy successor. Because everyone else has had someone replace them eventually. Hey, Flame Lord, how's it going? Alright. We're probably not going to go as long on this stream as we did the one on Tuesday. Oh, I can't complain, Flame Lord. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do this until I unbox everything here. Everything here is going to take a couple of streams, I think. Flame Lord is having the breakfast of champions, pizza and root beer. Ah, there we go. Alright, finally got Captain Cold. Now, this is the second attempt at a Multiverse Captain Cold. The first one was a page puncher, and it was really bad looking. This is decent. Okay. That's a good looking face sculpt for Captain Cold. It's very Jeff Johns. Hey, enemy, how's it going? Cheesemus hates Transformers and they don't want to be Cheesemus anymore. I'm just saying, it was okay, but when that was the only option for Captain Cold, it's not great. And I feel the same way about Gorilla Grodd and Heatwave. Cheesemus, can you not change your username on here? Or are you locked into whatever username you pick? I agree with that, Flame Lord. Aw, enemy, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. Well, hey, at least we're going to be able to hang out for a bit. Here. So, what other faces do we have for Captain Cold? We have a more kind of neutral face. Alright. And then we have like a slight smirk. I love that one a lot. That slight smirk. And then you just have this ultra devious... That is a Jeff Johns Captain Cold. Well, Cheesemus, you like Ninja Turtles. Huh. Can you not be like Cheese Turtle or something like that? Or, Is there a pizza-based Ninja Turtle character? There is! There's the Pizza Alien! Why not be the Pizza Alien from the cartoon? I'm trying to figure out which Captain Cold face I want. Because those are all three really good. Those are all three great. I think I'm going to keep this Ultra Jeff Johns, like, big grin. That makes me the happiest. I'll tell you what, that's actually making me think that I want to get... Oh, Cheesemus hates the Pizza Alien. My bad. Huh. I can't think of any other pizza character from Ninja Turtles. But that's actually making me kind of want the variant, is just to have an excuse to use another one of the face sculpts. Oop. I don't know, because Snyderverse did get Captain Boomerang okay. Like, every so often, there were characters in the Snyderverse that were done all right. Like, Harley... even though I think he was bored and he's not great, I feel like the writing for Deadshot was okay. And, like, Boomerang was perfect. I do really enjoy that they gave him this purple ice gun. Usually cold gun. The cold gun... Ah, that sucks. The holster doesn't open. Cheesemus, you're thinking about emptying the Cliffjumper Shrine? Here's what I'm going to tell you, Cheesemus. If you're thinking about leaving collecting, don't just get rid of everything all at once. Pack it away for a little bit, and then just see how you feel without it being in your life. Because I've made that mistake many times, where I just sold something, and then like 2 days later I was like, God, I wish I didn't sell that, you know? What I always do is if I think I want to sell something, I put it in a bag or in a tote and just put it in a closet. And I go 2 weeks. And if in 2 weeks I don't notice that it's missing or I don't care that it's missing, that means it's okay to sell. Because clearly it's not all that important to me. Oh, okay, yeah. So, Cheesemus, you're just planning on putting away. then yeah. I mean, sometimes that's what helps you out the most, is just like getting something out of your line of sight, focusing on something else for a bit. I really like that the cold gun is this pink, because usually the cold gun can be this, or it can be like a more standard gray and blue. I think they went with the more fetching color here. Let's get rid of his right hand. Put in the cold gun. There we go. Ooh, that's a tight grip it's going to have on the cold gun. Jesus. It doesn't exactly fit into the hand flush. I'll tell you that much for free. Oop, there we go. And now we got the cold gun for Captain Cold. I do want to give him one of these grabby hands, because I think the grabby hand looks better than just the closed fist. There we go. And boom, now we have one of my absolute favorite villains of all time, all ready to go. Hey, Queen Stoge, you're just in time for me to have opened up Captain Cold. There we go. Oh no. Here, get your hand back on, buddy. Let me give you a hand. There we go. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Queen Stoge. I really enjoyed making the Captain Cold video. It's one of my favorite rambles that I've done. Great figure, by the way. Great feeling figure, great looking figure. This is... Oh! Hey, buddy! Hey! Oh. Hey, buddy. How do you like Captain Cold? Yeah? Yeah? Here, do you want to come back over here? Oh, hey, buddy. How's it going? How's it going? Hey. That's Bo, everybody. He's my guy. He's my buddy. He's my little soldier. He is right now looking at the shadows. He's very captivated by shadows. He likes shadows and water. Those are his two big interests, I think. The cats are adjusting pretty well. There's good days and there's rough days. Today was a rougher day. They kind of had a lot of anxiety today, so... Oh, hey! How's it going? What does that say? Is that Gendrun Kanana? I'm sorry, I didn't see that name long enough to figure out how to say it. Also, yeah, it's a pretty cool car. It's a luxury car, actually, a sports car. Nah, he would probably like Shadow. I think so. Oh, wow. Bo, you gonna hang out with me all night during the stream? I'd be happy if you want to. Where's Sienna? Where's your mama? Oh, okay. Oh, my buddy. Oh, there he goes. He got Leonard. Now I got cat hair on the desk. It's okay, buddy. Alright. Yeah, no, the Captain Cold video came out really well. I'm really happy with it. It's, like, not the most edited thing in the world, but I think in terms of, like, what I actually talked about and the delivery, I think it's one of my better videos. It's definitely my favorite rambles that we've done. Oh, no, I'm just Sam. I got the Spectre and Atom Smasher for $20, because I found out at GameStop and they were desperate to get rid of it. Truth be told, I'm not keeping one of them. This is definitely a case where I got that 2-pack for a specific character, and the other one is going to be immediately sold. Oh, thanks, weird kid. I don't care about Atom Smasher. Atom Smasher is not that interesting to me. I've never really done much with him. I don't know what Yumi is. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Ooh. That'd actually be pretty fun. Oh, no, like, I understand, like, what the connection between Spectre and Atom Smasher are. Like, I understand why they're in the 2-pack together. I'm just saying that I only wanted Spectre. Because, like... Oh, okay, let's be real here. Who would have been better in the 2-pack? Because I think what would have been really cool is Atom Smasher and Giganta. Because they have a little bit of history together. And if not that, then I think either Spectre with Phantom Stranger or Spectre with Dr. Fate. I know that Dr. Fate and Spectre don't have much in common, but they were both part of the Justice Society, so that works. Or also, just do Spectre and Phantom Stranger. In fact, do a 3-pack. Do Spectre, Phantom Stranger, and then a Brave and the Bold inspired Batman. I think that'd be a ton of fun. I'm just saying, I'm going to expose myself. I don't know who Damage is. Oh, by the way, Queen, they did an amazing Sandman toy. He's actually, he's right there. I don't know if we're going to get to him tonight. But that's an amazing looking Sandman. Like, probably the best Sandman toy they've ever done. It looks like, anyway. Alright. I think, after Captain Cold, I really want to open up the Penguin. So this is the variant Penguin. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Oh, Scott, not that Sandman. So it's weird. There's 2 DC Sandmans. There's the Sandman, the one from the Neil Gaiman comics who had the Netflix show. And then there is Wesley Dodds' Sandman, who's just like a film noir, like private eye detective who has a chemical gun that he uses to knock people out with. I prefer that Sandman. But the other Sandman's a lot more famous. But this is the variant Penguin. This is the Penguin that came in the Superpowers colors. And I absolutely love it. Every time Penguin wears these colors, I go crazy. I did not want a Penguin toy. I was not going to get this Penguin until I found out that they gave him the Superpowers colors. And then I had to get him. Because I'm a sheep like that. There's not many characters I'm that way with. But there are a handful where it's like, it's not necessarily the character, but if you do a specific version of the character, I'm all in. Yeah, Queen, that's a good way to put it. It's also like maybe, you could probably compare him to Rorschach, or The Question. It's always a bit rough cutting the tape on these Multiverse boxes. There we go. I really like Death in the Sandman story. I granted, I've not read it since I was like 12, but I always thought she was really cool. That's one of my, like, favorite versions of Death in a comic book. There we go. We got him now. We got him. We got the Penguin. We got Oz Cobb, or as proper comic fans would call him, Oswald Cobblepot. I do think that's funny how in the Penguin show, they changed his name to Oswald Cobb to try to make it like he was more working class. I really like that Penguin show, by the way. I think that's one of the better DC things of recent years. I'm really excited for the Lantern show, because that's other than Peacemaker and Penguin, that's going to be our first big foray into the DCEU. I say that. Penguin's not in the James Gunn universe. That's still, like, Batman's still its own side universe. So I guess, yeah, the first from the ground up James Gunn universe DC thing is still going to be Lanterns. Yeah, and I agree with that, Queen. Like, it absolutely was just they wanted to give him a name that was a little bit less upper crust and cartoony. And Cobb's a fine name. So Scott, he knows Taekwondo in the comics as well. But you gotta remember, he doesn't throw hands with Batman in the comics. Even though he's trained, it doesn't mean that he's actually going for it. I'll tell you what's even worse is when he just straight up drops like a light slur in that 2004 Batman cartoon. When he introduces the sisters that he has working for him. Ah, come on. Oh, Laura, I was talking about that on the last live stream. I cannot wait for that Clayface movie. Come on. I thought the hat would come off. The hat does not come off. That's fine. Queen, I love the Dan DeVito penguin. He's one of my faves. I got him too somewhere in here. Burgess Meredith penguin's great. Yep, the 66 one is good. I love Batman the Animated Series penguin. You don't have to ask me permission if you want to do a streak for Nightshade. You go for it. I'm going to ask that you don't spam the comment section of the live stream. But if you want to, like, do a streak on videos, go for it. Yeah, that's awesome. God, look at him. It just, I don't know what it is. Because I like the Penguin as a character a ton. But I don't feel a need to, like, buy Penguin toys when they come out. But there's something about whenever you give him the superpower colors. There's something about the blue and the yellow and the purple. Queen, are you talking about animated series? Well, here's the thing. My two favorite Penguin episodes in the Batman the Animated Series for the Penguin. One's, of course, Almost Got Him, which is incredible. The other big Penguin episode I like is the one where the upper crust people try to, like, catfish him, and that rich woman is dating him just to, like, make a fool out of him. But then she actually falls in love with Oswald and how genuine he can be. But by that point, it's too late. All of her shithead friends are already making fun of him. I really like that episode. Like, I think, like, even if Penguin doesn't have the best episodes in the series, that is, I think, legitimately one of the best episodes of the entire show. It's very similar to the Baby Doll episode in that it ends in such a heartbreaking way for the villain. Another thing I like about that show, it is one of who is my favorite cartoon Batman. We're going to get back to that, Scott, because I want a second to think about it. What was I saying now? I can't even remember what I was going to say. My favorite cartoon Batman. I mean, obviously, Batman the Animated Series Batman is incredible, and we all love him. Was Batman in My Basement a Penguin episode? I thought that was a Joker episode. No, the Joker episode that was kind of weak was the friggin', So You Want to Be a Clown. Yeah, Batman in My Basement's not great. And, the other one that I don't like Blind as a Bat. The one where he loses his eyesight, but he's still, like, flying the Batwing around. But favorite cartoon Batman. So, a big one, obviously, is always going to be Kevin Conroy. Because, you know, good God, especially Batman the Animated Series Batman is so good. And you see, like, every stage of that Batman's life. Another one that I think is underrated is the Batman in Crisis on Two Earths. The one where they go and they fight the crime syndicate. That Batman had such, like, a good old man voice. And he's the one that got to have, like, the face-off with Owlman. Brave and the Bold is an incredible Batman. I love that Batman so much. Also, just to point this out, he might be the most effective Batman of all time. He's the only one who has effectively ended all crime in Gotham, except for, like, super crime. And even then, he has a good hand on it. Those are what are coming to mind. I'm sure there are other really good cartoon Batmen, but I can't think of any more off the top of my head. The Batman in Under the Red Hood is a good Batman. Based Batman, the Hammer of Justice is unisex. Hell yeah. So many good lines in that show. Like, that Batman is legitimately hilarious. I'll tell you what kind of sucks, though, is I don't think there's been good adaptations of the rest of the Bat family in cartoons quite yet. Like, I don't think there's been a great version of Robin, except for the Teen Titans cartoon Robin. I don't think there's been a great version of Batgirl in anything. The best one's probably the animated series Batgirl, but even then... Oh, look at him. Look at him. God, I love Oswald Cobblepot too much. I love Penguin too much. Oh, Scott, that's not even difficult. Oh, I'm just saying, I love Oracle, but has Oracle ever been in a show? Yes, she has been. She was in the future episode in the 2004 Batman cartoon, but she was only in that one episode. No, I prefer Barbara as Oracle. It's just Oracle very rarely gets adapted into things. And then as for my favorite Batman villain, that's no contest. It's Poison Ivy and Riddler, depending on the day. It's one of those two. In terms of, like, runner-ups, it'd be, like, Killer Croc and the Penguin. Oop. Was there a live-action Birds of Prey show? Literally no idea that there was a live-action Birds of Prey show. Was it good? Is it a good show? Hey, buddy. Killer Croc... No! Queen! He didn't throw the rock at Batman. That was Batman in disguise. Which means that canonically, Killer Croc never threw that rock. Or if he did, he at the very least wasn't the one to brag about it. Hey, Jesus. We're still talking about DC. Alright. Just because it's up here. I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think Atom Smasher's coming out of this box. I think Atom Smasher's staying in the box, and then I'm going to sell him at some point. Because I don't need Atom Smasher, but I do need Spectre. Oh. Spectre has always been one of my low-key favorites. By the way, Spectre... I think he actually had a pretty good representation in that Crisis on Infinite Earths movie they did. He was really good in that. And then also, he's incredible in The Brave and the Bold. Specifically, Chill of the Night, the episode where Batman finds Joe Chill. Like, ooh. Shardik, I don't think they put them in this 2-pack just because they were both bigger. I think it's just a matter of... Actually, I don't know for sure why they felt the need to put Spectre and Atom Smasher in the 2-pack. It looks like Spectre might have been given a little bit more stuff than a figure normally does, so maybe they put them in the 2-pack just to give more budget to Spectre. I saw someone ask, what is my favorite era of DC stuff? It might sound kind of cornball, but honestly, I think we're in a pretty good era right now. Like, a lot of my favorite characters are back. There's good writers. So many amazing Elseworld stories. Some of the best stories of all time are $10. There's so many new fans coming into DC. We have great movies and shows. If we could get a couple of good video games, we'd have everything. Right now, it feels like. Aside from this... You know, it might be corny, but honestly, the era I grew up in. Like, the early 2000s, before Flashpoint. I mean, that's why I got my love of Captain Cold. That's why I know Jeff Johns is a good writer. I don't know, like, I don't think there's ever been, like, terrible eras of DC. Like, because even during the New 52 era, we had the Brave and the Bold on the cartoon. We had, like, good cartoons around. We had good movies at that point. Like, even during the worst eras of DC, there was always something happening. But right now, there's excitement for DC again. And there's not been excitement for DC since I was a kid. So that's why I think this era we're in is pretty goddamn cool. Do you know how cool it is that people know and care about Guy Gardner and Metamorpho? You think I'd ever have thought that could happen? We live in a world where people who don't even like comic books have watched and loved Peacemaker. And they want to watch more DC stuff because of how much goodwill Peacemaker has given people. That's just my 2 cents, though. Like, obviously there have been bad eras of DC. There's been a lot of bad eras of DC. New 52 comes to mind. Death Metal comes to mind. Convergence was pretty rough. Doomsday Clock. Oh god, that was a rough era. The CW era, where there's 1,000 goddamn CW shows and none of them were very good. But like right now, I feel like we're in a good spot. There's a ton of good comics going right now. Dude, Shardik, you are so on point. Mr. Terrific. People finally know how cool a character he is. People care about Lex Luthor. For so many years, I had to go to bat for Luthor as being one of the great comic villains, and people wouldn't listen to me. But now people see how good a villain he can be. They're like going back and rewatching the Justice League cartoon too and seeing how good that Luthor is. I really hope that like Doomsday doesn't show up for a while in the movies, if ever. I'd be okay if Doomsday never showed up in the movies. I don't know. I know that Doomsday has their fans. I've never really cared about Doomsday. I think there are other DC characters that can fill a similar role to Doomsday. Oh, Queen, are you talking about Gene Hackman? Gene Hackman's an incredible Lex Luthor. He is an amazing Lex Luthor, but he's not a great adaptation of Lex Luthor, in my opinion. Okay, so some anonymous guy, Tom King's Wonder Woman is rough. I will counter that we also live in a world where absolute Wonder Woman is the coolest shit ever. So it's not like Wonder Woman isn't getting good shit right now. Just get off the main book. Ooh. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, come on. Get that cape out of there. Come on, Spectre. Spectre, your vengeance. Your vengeance. There we go. Oh, God. Look what I did to the cape. Wire in the cape. That's the whole reason I bought this pack, is Spectre with a wired cape. Like, holy shit, that's cool. Oh, God. I wish he came with alternate hands. I'm just realizing he doesn't have, like, a... Because with Spectre, I want, like, an open, splayed open hand so he can, like, beckon you. He only has his fist, though. Also, I'll say it. Good head sculpt for Spectre. Great look for Spectre. They did the cape so well. This is such a well-done cape. For, like, a McFarlane figure, especially. Look at that. Beautiful green. He's gonna look so good on a display stand. So they gave you the normal standing display stand for Spectre. Scott Duncan, DC Direct, did a Hal Jordan Spectre, if I remember right. But I think that's the only one. And I don't think we're ever necessarily going to get Hal Jordan Spectre again. Hell yeah, Queen. Dr. Midnight has a wired cape? Ah, damn it, don't tell me that. Now you got me thinking that I need to get Dr. Midnight, and I don't. I'm not building Justice Society. I realize I have quite a few Justice Society characters right now. I got Mr. Terrific. I got Spectre, Atom Smasher, but of course I want to sell him. Sandman, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Justice Society has never been... I'm about to say Justice Society has never been my favorites, and then I realized that a bunch of Justice Society characters are my favorites, like Dr. Fate, Jay Garrick, and the Spectre. I don't know. I out of all the teams in DC, there's just enough Justice Society characters that I don't necessarily care about, that I don't feel like I need a Justice Society shelf. Like, I don't care about Hourman. I don't need Dr. Midnight. Are those the only two? Hawkman. I do not care about Hawkman. Hawkgirl is cool, but Hawkman and Hawkwoman I don't really have any affinity towards. Like, Alan Scott is cool. I do like Alan Scott a lot, but I feel like a lot of my interest in Alan Scott comes entirely from Jay Garrick. Because Jay is just, like, Jay's the best. Jay is the Mr. Rogers of DC. He is the friendly grandpa that everyone can go to. Like, Jay is such a good character. Love Jay. I'm going to step away for just a sec because I want to get one of my flying display stands so that we can get the Spectre posed properly. I will say this, for a 2-pack, they absolutely should have included one of these. I always forget that Ted Grant was a member of the Justice Society. Yeah. As it turns out, there's more members of the Justice Society that I like that I just didn't think about. Okay, so let's get him properly aloft. It just looks wrong to have the Spectre stand up, I think. Now what I want is to use the wire of the cape. Hell yeah, Tinted Winter. You enjoy your time off. Here, I'm going to show you guys what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this cape to look like it's blowing in the wind, but I don't think it's really working for me right now. We might try something else. What if we have it like billow out and then come back in, maybe? I'm not feeling it. I'm going to keep toying around with this, because I know there's an amazing Spectre pose just waiting to happen with this cape. I'm just Sam, if you want this Atom Smasher, like, email me. Email me and we can talk about something. Hey, Dells Gunplay, how's it going? Dells, I just saw that you had a subscriber milestone recently. I think it was 2,000 subscribers. Congrats, dude. Like, holy shit, I wanted to leave a comment, and I might have, but truth be told, I keep thinking that I've done stuff, and then I write it and not actually send. Right now, I need to fix this Spectre's cape. There is a way to make this Spectre look good. I just don't know how I need to go about it right now. Almost at 5,000. Jesus Christ. Congratulations, Dell. You've earned that. It is hard to get traction on YouTube, especially with something more niche, like Gunpla. Oh, so Scott, I have seen the Cyberworld Primal, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm also going to use it as a Cybertronian Primal. I think it looks alright. Oops, back to the camera. We're getting there, I think. I feel like we're getting there. I think the issue was I was thinking about the cape billowing out too much. With Spectre, I think the cape is usually played a little bit more subtly. Like, if you could just have a beckoning hand. Like, that's what I really want, is like a finger splayed open hand for my Spectre. I don't think we're going to have that, so we're going to have him... Still toying with it. Still toying with it. If we get this a little bit more matte against the arm, have this come down and cover up the legs, have the rest of the cape billowing outward maybe. Maybe have the fist closer to his chest. And okay. I think it's coming together now. Fix his midsection a little. I'm just Sam, for real. Like, I wish he just had the splayed open hands. That feels so much more like Spectre. But I feel like I'm getting to something here. I feel like it's slowly coming together for me a little bit. Maybe if I bent the knees just a bit. And then fully wrapped the cape around the back of the foot. Okay. Honest opinions, guys. How are we feeling about this as a pose for the Spectre to be put on the display stand? Honest opinions. I'm willing to take criticism if you think this looks terrible. Still working on it. Yeah, so Scott Duncan, like, I don't even need, like, accessories for Spectre, but I do think he needs extra hands. He needs splayed open hands. That is, like, okay, here. Captain Cold came with so many extra hands. He needs hands like this. He needs a hand like this, like Captain Cold has. I feel like that would have turned this Spectre into something really special. But as is, I would probably curve the cape a bit inward, but I like the can pose. I don't know, because I feel like if I turn it inward, he looks too small. I like the idea that, like, he is almost like appearing out of the cape. But here, what if we put it over his shoulder? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh my god. Good call. Good call on turning the cape a little bit inward. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a good call. To just have both shoulders covered up. Oh! Dells, yeah, I'm sorry. So these are the DC Multiverse. These are made by McFarlane. They've been the main DC figures for about 5 or 6 years now. They're getting replaced by Mattel. They're 7-inch scale. So they don't really scale all that well with Marvel Legends. But they are very comparable in price. Like, they are very much supposed to be the answer to Marvel Legends. Multiverse started off really rough with quality control and build quality. The figures have gotten infinitely better as time has gone on, but there's been a lot of issues with them. Character selection's always been hit or miss. A lot of major characters don't get any toys, and then some characters get way too goddamn many toys. You've had a lot of, like, really bizarre comments from Todd McFarlane, where he basically says, like, women don't sell at retail. It's not the best line ever, but there is a lot of good within it, especially these last few years. Yeah, so I'm just saying, I'm willing to give you, like, a good deal on this Atom Smasher, because I don't need him, I don't want him, but if, like, Atom Smasher is just someone who you absolutely can't live without, email me, and, like, maybe, like, $10, and then, like, the price of shipping, I'll just send you Atom Smasher, because if Atom Smasher is someone who would make you happy, I want you to have Atom Smasher. We're not bidding Atom Smasher. Real talk, I feel like Atom Smasher is the reason as to why this pack maybe isn't selling. Because you already got Atom Smasher from the movie. Spectre was a McFarlane Toys exclusive, and I also think that it legitimately just Spectre is a more popular character than Atom Smasher. And if he's not more popular, at the very least, he's more toyetic. I think Spectre, especially with this wire cape, is just such a beautiful looking toy. Look at him. I love the Spectre so goddamn much. It's not even funny. Also, like, I wish that McFarlane had embraced wire capes so much sooner. Because their wire capes are really nice. I think we live in a world now where everyone is starting to see just how nice a wired cape could be. Because for years, I remember people treat it like you were being super cheap to include a cloth cape over a plastic cape. But if you put a wire in that cape, oh my god, man. Like, just, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm still fiddling with Spectre. Oh, dude. There he is. That's my guy. That's my dude. Scott, I'm doubling down. I think it should have been a 3-pack. It should have been Phantom Stranger, Spectre, and then a Batman based off Brave and the Bold. Like, maybe not mold-wise, but color-wise, make it Brave and the Bold Batman. Because then you would basically just be doing Chill of the Night. Oh, hey, Mon Makes. Ah, dude, did they ever do Mr. Miracle or Big Barda in the McFarlane line? I don't even think they did Orion. Jesus. A Just League Dark set would be cool. Like Zatanna, Constantine, and maybe Swamp Thing. That'd be a cool 3-pack. Because they did it Constantine, but they did it years ago. It is kind of weird that they gave you Detective Chimp with Zatanna. Dells? They did a DC Direct Terry McGinnis that looked just like the cartoon, but because he looks just like the cartoon, he can't stand up. They did a DC Universe Classics version of him that is fine, but the articulation is kind of dated by today's standards. And then McFarlane did one, but he can't get rid of his wings. So your Terry is going to have to always fly, or the cape is just going to have to be behind him, unless you want to do some figure surgery. I don't know if we've ever had, like, the perfect Terry quite yet. Which is a shame, because, like, I'm looking in front of me, it's like, I feel like that's a perfect Spectre, aside from the hand thing. This is absolutely a perfect Captain Cold. That's a perfect Penguin. Even this Atom Smasher, I do think this is an incredible Atom Smasher. It's just, Atom Smasher is not for me. They did Mr. Miracle, but not Big Barda. That's weird. That's a shame. Yeah, people are starting to see how good Ted is. Everyone loves Ted Cord. And Mr. Miracle does need his buff wife. He is the man wife to his girl husband, Big Barda. That was a meme on TikTok for a bit. Is that still around? Boy wife and girl husband? I don't know. I've officially reached that age where I'm having to ask what fucking memes are still relevant. Atom Smasher's just going back in the box. Alright. I mean, I think we're doing pretty well so far. Yeah, Will Friedle did an incredible job as Terry, and then, like you say, he did Bumblebee. How is that Silver Age Batman looking? Yeah, you've already spotted Batman and Ace the Bat Hound. So, oh, it was Mel, Wife, and Girl Boss. My bad. Yeah, I know they did Metron. I got him right over here. They did Metron, they did Darkseid, I think they did Orion. They definitely did a Steppenwolf, but it was movie Steppenwolf, so, like, gross. And then I don't think they did any of the other new gods. There's no goddamn way they did High Father. They absolutely did not do High Father. They didn't do Light Ray. Um, trying to think, did they do? They didn't do Desaad. I know that. There's no way they did Granny Goodness. Did they do Calabac? They did Calabac at some point. I remember Calabac. So yeah, just so you guys see, these are big piles that we're working through. Big piles for big boys. There we go. Trying to figure out who we're gonna open next. Cause like in an ideal world, we would go from the top down, but those motherfuckers are gonna be so hard to open in the clamshell boxes. I hate those page puncture boxes. By the way, I got all the flashes, or all the flashes I care about. I got a Barry, I got a Jay, and I got a Wally. Dells, you did not steal a video format from me. I stole that video format from TJ Omega, and TJ Omega stole it from 50 other people. Mattel is really picking up some good licenses. They got Ninja Turtles and DC coming back to them. Like, Mattel is, like, really picking up steam out of nowhere. Tell you what. We already opened up Captain Cold. Let's open up Wally. Yay! Wally West, my favorite Flash. For me, it goes Wally, then Jay, then Barry. But yeah. Tended Winter, I absolutely think Bumblebee and Hotshot could have coexisted. I think the thing that got rid of Hotshot wasn't when things came out. I think it's entirely just Hasbro being cowards. I think it's the same reason as to why everything is G1 and the cells are in the toilet right now. It's because they're cowards. Scott, Jay was the original Flash. So for Dells, it goes Barry, then Wally, then Jay. That's fair. Because here's the thing, I like all three Flashes. But, like, because I grew up with Wally, Wally is my favorite. And because Jay is a cool grandpa, Jay is my second favorite. And they, look at that. Those splayed open hands that he has. That is the hands that the Spectre should have come with. Oh, that's some horse shit. They had the mold. They had a perfect mold. Ah, that sucks. Yeah. I'm just saying, Jay is really good too. There are parts of my life where Jay I probably liked more than Wally. But because I grew up with Wally, and because my favorite Flash stories ever are Wally. Dells, the Justice League Unlimited was Wally, but truth be told, that character has a lot of Wally and a lot of Barry mixed together. I don't know who Varner Studios is. Here, let's get, Wally out. So, like, within the universe of Justice League Unlimited, there was no Barry Allen. It was always just Wally. And the way he got his powers was taken from Wally. The fact that he was a forensic scientist was taken from Barry. Because in the comics, Wally's a school teacher. A little bit of, like, Barry's want to, like, rehabilitate villains. I'd argue that's more from Barry than Wally. Even though Wally also helped rehabilitate villains, he was always a little bit more standoffish, whereas Barry had that ability to just make the good in everyone come out. I don't know. Oh, that's a pretty goddamn great Wally, though. That looks so good. Oh! I see, Vaughn. Okay. You see, I never knew that. I assumed Playmates made those molds. But you say they brought in, like, an outside gun. I am so glad you asked that, Laura. Absolutely he does. And if you read the Jeff Johns Flash run, you get to see it in action. Leonard Snart is out and out buddy-buddy with Barry. And when Barry dies, Leonard Snart never says a cross word about him. And in fact, he will beat the shit out of villains who try to insult the memory of Barry Allen. Because Leonard feels that Barry was the only true hero in the world. As for Wally, Captain Cold always thought that Wally was just a loudmouth punk. And at first, Wally just thought that Captain Cold was someone who didn't deserve Barry's friendship. But over time, they gain respect for each other, and Wally winds up honestly making a more positive impact on Captain Cold's life than even Barry did. But the more positive relationship was between Leonard and Barry. Also, you notice how I'm saying all this? Captain Cold knows their secret identities. Captain Cold knows that it was Barry, then Wally, and he knows who Jay is. But Captain Cold doesn't say anything, not even to the other rogues, out of respect. But Leonard knows who the Flashes are. But it is a point of honor for him that he doesn't attack them or their families. Carrie is a great Robin, Mon. I really like Carrie as Robin, too. I hate that she's kind of been ruined by the Dark Knight Returns sequel books. But there was a point where I was excited, where it looked like they were going to bring Carrie into the main universe. Because I do think that Carrie deserves to be a part of the proper Bat family. So here's my plan for display, right? I'm going to get Wally and Barry and Jay. And I'm going to give Wally these two open splayed hands, and I'm going to have him pulling in Barry and Jay to a hug. Because I love the Flash family so goddamn much, and I want them to be together on the shelf. Scott, I think Deceased has a great beginning, and then it loses steam, and then it has a good ending. I think a lot of the, side stories they did, like Unkillables, was a bit rough. And I didn't care about, the second chapter. But the ending with Alfred Spectre looking at the stars and just saying, "My sons, my bats," and he's the last member of the Bat family, that is fucking beautiful. That is art. It's fucking, God, I'm tearing up thinking about it. The idea that Alfred outlasts all of them, and now he'll never be able to pass on to see them. Scott, Deceased absolutely could be an animated movie. The thing is, though, I think to get all the good stuff in it, you'd have to do, 2 or 3 movies. Which, I don't know, maybe they'll do that, but I'm worried they'd focus on the wrong things. Also, I think Deceased has a better idea about some of the characters than even some of the mainline books. Because they had so many great moments with Superman in the first book. That one scene, it's so sad every time. After Metropolis is destroyed and Lex Luthor walks up to the tower and Superman goes down to try to fight him. And Lex Luthor, he starts to talk and then he just falls to his knees crying. And he just says, "Superman, look at what they did to our city." What an amazing and powerful moment for Lex. And that leads to one of the few times where, Superman and Lex actually work together. And, they kind of ruined him because then Martian Manhunter just gets him. But, up until that moment, there was a lot of good Lex Luthor in that book. No, so, Queen, we're talking about Deceased. This all happened in the DC Zombie comic book. Yeah, here's the thing that people forget about Lex. Lex isn't, insane. He's not a dickhead. Lex legitimately loves Metropolis, and it's very similar to Dr. Doom. He just believes that he would be better at running it than anyone else, but he still loves his city. Tened Winter, my favorite Superman actor. So Tim Daly is an amazing voice for Superman. Christopher Reeves is such a good Superman. He's still my favorite, probably. And then Corn Sweat was amazing. This most recent Superman we had was really good. I know about that Injustice Motu crossover. It is the dumbest and best thing ever. Fucking Skeletor in that comic. The idea that, he becomes the shadow advisor to Superman. It's amazing. I love it. Also, they gave Prince Adam his own all-star Superman moment where he saves the woman who jumps and then convinces her that life is worth living. That's one of my favorite He-Man moments. Queen, I agree. And the other thing I love about Chris Reeve is that he wasn't a bodybuilder type. Like, he looked like a normal guy. And it reminds me of a quote from Grant Morrison, where Grant Morrison basically said, if Superman were around, he would always be the most relaxed, approachable person you'd ever meet. Because he's perfect. He's impenetrable, but he's friendly. I feel like that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about Superman, is that he's supposed to have a softness to him. Like, he is supposed to be that nice guy that you would want to go up and, like, talk to. Just because he seems, cool. Dude, it looks like Wally's about to just hit you with the, here. Tinted winner, that's so dumb. Like, so many people just pretending to be outraged. It's a joke. Yeah, he, him, because he's fucking He-Man. That's the joke. Oh, He-Man has pronouns now. He's always had pronouns. His goddamn name is He-Man. His name is Pronoun Person. Don't even get me started on his sister, She-Ra. You wanna know what that Ra's supposed to be? It's because she's a feminist. She-Ra. Ra, hear me roar. It's dumb. It's because these people can't tell a joke. They get so mad about their cornflakes being the wrong shade of, like, beige. They're the most boring, dry, insufferable people you will meet. Oh, Mon, is that actually the reason? I honest to God thought that she was She-Ra because of, like, feminism. Oh. And that makes sense. I've always liked She-Ra more than He-Man. Mostly because of that Netflix cartoon. It was so good. I love that cartoon. Alright. Let's open up another Flash. Yay! It's Jay. Also, I just realized another guy with no additional hands. Oh, that's kind of rough. I don't like that. But whatever. He looks great. Like, look at this. Such a good-looking Jay. Such a good-looking Jay. They remember that he's strawberry blonde. Look at that. I think I would have preferred old man Jay, but this is such a good-looking Jay, I'm okay with him being young Earth 2 Jay. But my favorite Jay is always going to be old man wrinkly Jay. God, the thing that sucks is opening this is going to be a nightmare. It's the most pretentious garbage McFarlane does. Like, oh, it's a high-end collectible. It's going to be in a clamshell. No, it's just going to be bullshit to open. Was Jay in the CW show? I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not doing this off camera, but I'm going to have to, like, keep this close to my chest to actually open it. I hate that there's, like, no visual stimulation right now, guys. My bad. Blame Todd McFarlane. Write Todd McFarlane and tell him about your opinions on this live stream. Did they do the whole Earth 2 Jay is from a different planet thing in the CW show? I say different planet, different dimension, different universe. Oh, this is cute. They reprinted. In case you don't know, this was the first time they introduced the idea of Earth 1 and Earth 2 is in this Flash comic. That's cute that they reprinted it. Don't get me wrong, it's obvious, it's the right thing to do, but it's also cute. Wait a minute. They even reprinted the ads! Oh, that's so goddamn cool, actually. Oh, I love that. I see some people talking about Trickster. Trickster's another super underrated Flash villain. James Jesse's so good. Another character that's never had a proper toy. Trickster. Heatwave and Trickster, the top, Weather Wizard. Now, Weather Wizard at least had a Justice League Unlimited toy. But none of them have ever had like a 6-inch scale figure of their comic designs, and that sucks. Oh, Tinted Winter, could you not talk about issue 29? I've not been able to read it yet. I don't want spoilers. I'm sorry, my comic shop is 6 hours away from here. I'm gonna have to go and get it sometime this week, sometime this month. Alright. I have retrieved Jay, but I still gotta go in to get his figure stand. Oh, so, Queen, because you gotta remember, I just did my move. Well, I didn't have the heart to cancel my comic pull, and then I forgot to do it. And now they have my issue back in the town I just moved from. But I gotta go back down there anyway to turn my keys back in, so it's fine. I'll just grab them when I go back for that. As for my opinion on My Adventures with Superman, I've only seen season 1. I want to watch the rest. What a good cartoon. What a great introduction to Superman. Like a nice, wholesome-ass cartoon. And also, it made people care about Jimmy and Lois. For years, I've been trying to convince people that Jimmy and Lois are cool characters. And don't get me wrong, they're very different in that cartoon. But they got the spirit right. They got the soul right. To explain why Superman loves Lois and Jimmy. There we go. There we go. I don't know, Scott. I still really like normal comic Lois, but I like the Lois in My Adventures with Superman too. Also, a good Mr. Mxyzptlk in that show. Again, very different, but a good one. So this is bullshit. This is some bullshit. The wrapping around the ankle, it goes over the lightning bolt. I'm so worried I'm going to rip off the lightning bolt trying to cut this guy out. Okay, I got him. I got him. I got Jay. Here we go. Here we go. Again, really nice looking Jay Garrick. I've always loved how utilitarian Jay's costume is. Like, it's literally just a sweater, jeans, boots, and the hat. Like, if you took the hat away, he just looks like a guy. He just, I don't know, I've always loved Jay's costume. Because it looks like something that you would put together at home. It's the same reason why I love homemade Spider-Man costumes. I like it whenever it feels like the hero had to make this on a budget. I feel like it gives a costume so much more personality. And like Jay just never moved past it, because, hey, it works, doesn't it? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him the... So here we go. Trying to fix. And of course, I saw someone mention Jay's helmet. Jay's helmet is, of course, a reference to Hermes from Greek mythology. Now, see what I'm doing here? I'm going to have Wally just pulling both of them into a hug. Jesus Christ, Jay is a lot taller than Wally. That's probably accurate. I could buy that Jay's a taller guy. Because I think Wally is like average height. I don't think he's super tall. Had to get a little bit of a sip of drink. Ooh. Mad Prime, I think the battle damage Optimus and Megatron look really rough. I think Megatron looks better, but he still doesn't look good. And Optimus, that giant hole in his stomach, I think that just looks really unsightly. Honestly, Queen, I think you could say that about all three of the Flashes. All of them are super down-to-earth, normal people that just want to help. And, like, Wally's a little bit more braggadocious. But, yeah. What do I think of the new toys? Do you mean the new DC toys, Queen? Like the new Mattel guys? Or, like, what new toys are we talking about? Gotta start cutting out Barry now. Also, good-looking Barry Allen. Scott, you mentioned the Tyrant Toys thing, and I feel so bad that I forgot to put that in the news video. I don't know enough about it. I think it looks really cool, but I'm not familiar with that company. I hope that it turns out well, because it would be a great way to give people options for a Chug Starsaber. Queen, I've seen the Cyberworld Optimus Primal. I think he looks cool. I want him. And I've seen a picture of Astro Train, and it was grainy. It doesn't look great, the picture quality. But assuming that's real and that's what Astro Train looks like, holy shit, he's rough. He reminds me a lot of DX9 Shigur, like the first third-party Astro Train, except that toy was massive and had a cool, unique art style. This just looks like they didn't know what to do anymore. I don't know. I was really hoping that this would be a step up from Siege Astro Train, at least in, like, screen accuracy. And it's not that. I think the vehicle modes look a little bit better than Siege Astro Train. But holy shit, in robot mode, he looks... I hope he's mistransformed, because in robot mode, he looks so rough. He looks really iffy to my eye. I saw someone asking about the Magnificent Six from the Transformers Marvel comic. Who was that? That was Jazz, Inferno, Sunstreaker, and a few of the others. It was a cool story. I liked the idea that they were these, like, cool heroes holding off the Decepticons, and then they messed up and basically left a town to die. It was an interesting way to add a little bit more complexity to some of the characters. It's always cool to give Jazz something to do. That's all I know about it. I've never personally read the story. I just know what it's about in broad strokes. And I definitely cannot tell you who the Magnificent Six are. I know that Jazz, Inferno, and Sunstreaker are in it. And that's all I know. I think there was also like a rando sixth member, and he's the one who ate it in the story. Again, don't ask me who that rando sixth member is. Scott Duncan, I'd be happy either way, because Kingdom Rodimus is a really good toy. It'd also be cool to get a new mold for Rodimus. I don't know. I could see how either way could be really cool. Jazz, Inferno, Prowl, Wheeljack, Sunstreaker, and Stampede. I forgot the guy they were going up against was called Megadeth. That is so cool. Megadeth sounds like an awesome, like, Japanese-only Beast Wars character. Hell yeah. I wish I had a toy of Megadeth. Oh, shit. There he goes. Yeah, I hate these boxes. These DC Direct page puncture botches. These suck. They suck, but at least I got everyone out. Alright, Barry. Let's get you out of here. Also, check out how many hands that Barry came with. And Jay didn't get a single pair of hands. Except for the ones that are on his wrist, I guess. McFarlane's playing fast and loose with who gets hands. Okay. Got Barry. He's looking really good. Yeah, Barry's about the same height as Wally. So yeah, I guess Jay's just a taller guy. That makes sense to me. I don't know why, but that makes a lot of sense to me that Jay would just be taller by a little bit. It's because he has that, like, old man aura. The I survived 2 world wars kind of aura. I'm trying to think what Jay has been in. He was in the Young Justice cartoon. Was Jay ever in... Yeah, he was. He was in Justice League Unlimited, but he was only in there as part of, like, a pretend dream world. And he was based on a hero that Jon Stewart grew up watching. Hey, Harold, how's it going? We're opening some DC, guys. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well. Okay. Dude, Tin Winter, tell me about it, because you want to know who died young in DC? Barry, Wally, and Bart. Jay's the only one who made it to old age. I know it wasn't Jay per se, but it was a stand-in for Jay. He had the helmet and the super speed. Oh, Scott, that's easy. It's Hot Shot and Cheetor. I like Hot Rod too, but I don't consider Hot Rod to be in the same category as, like, the others, because he wasn't a Kid Appeal character. He was just a protagonist. Okay. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have, because Barry also came with a pointing finger, I'm going to have him pointing towards Wally, like, can you believe this goofball? And you better believe they're going to go on the shelf like this. I love the Flash family so much. It makes me regret that I didn't grab Max Mercury now. It's fine, though. I'm okay just having the Flashes. I really don't have any thoughts on the Maximum Series Thor, Mon. To the point that I was not aware they had done a Maximum Series Thor. I'm sure it's fine, because I know people really like that Maximum Series Spider-Man. But I don't really keep up with anything Marvel. Not even the toys. Okay, here. I'm going to change what arm he's putting on his hip. Oh, that's weird. So it's young man Jay. Look at his hands, though. His hands are super wrinkly. Oh, God. Oh, why did they give him old man hands but young man face? That's funky. You know what? Here, Jay's also going to be... It's almost perfect. It's almost there. There we go. I'm really happy. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so cute. Just having, like, all the Flashes arm in arm. If they did an Impulse or a Bart Allen, that would be the cherry on top. They probably did an Impulse at some point, now that I think about it. If they did fucking Max Mercury, surely they did Impulse. Ooh. What a weird combination of characters to have on screen. Like, Captain Cold, sure. But friggin' Penguin and Spectre also being there. Man, those flashes, those three are really good figures. Like, just playing with them for a second, and then, like, man, I don't know, man. Because as a kid, I liked Flash, but as I get older, increasingly, like, Flash, like, is so much more the type of hero I like, and I, of course, love Captain Cold. He's one of my favorite villains ever. And I love the fact, we talked about this earlier, Leonard Snart knows who the Flashes are. Oh, hell yeah, Harold. Like, Captain Cold knows who the Flashes are. He knows their secret identities, but he respects them because they've done so much to help him and Lisa. Oh, so Scott, we know that. It's, Superman technically wins, but that's because the Flash goes so fast that he literally leaves the universe. I hear someone said something about the Penguin. No! What? Cancel. God damn it. Every time I touch a comment now, it thinks I'm trying to report people. Can I just look? Okay. Yeah, tinted winter. That's I liked that joke. It's literally just we want to draw him, but oh god. Oh god. That whole thing just right there, that sucked. I literally just wanted to look at a comment and it thought that I was trying to report someone. I agree, Queen. Here's the thing, toys are fun, especially if the toys are characters or people who you love. My favorite Jack Kirby creation. Oh, it's all good, Kristen. We're still going. That's a tough question, because Jack Kirby... Oh! Well, thank you so much, Hexy and the Bazaar. Thank you. Favorite Jack Kirby creation. Because, I mean, like, he had a hand in making Cap, and I love Cap. We're still just doing DC Multiverse, guys. Like, Cap is one of my favorite Marvel heroes. So he's up there. He had a hand in making the Fantastic Four. He had a hand in making the X-Men. And then on the DC side of things, I mean, Darkseid comes to mind. Metron comes to mind. I'm going to say Metron. I think Metron is my favorite Jack Kirby creation. I really enjoy Metron. Metron's my favorite of all the New Gods. I don't know, I'm okay with that pose. There, he's also in the photo now. Captain Cold gets to get in there. It's because he helped out during Flash Wonderland. That's why he gets to be there. Scott, you don't have to be sorry for bringing up TF. I think the best modern Bumblebee is Devastation. Because I think that, I don't know, SS86 Bumblebee is a ton of fun to mess with. I think his legs look rough. Devastation B looks better. And the Netflix B, I just don't necessarily like how that figure transforms. Here, Captain Cold is gonna be right here next to Barry. Because they're buddies. Oh, dude, Main Toys and Bumblebee is going to happen eventually. I don't know when, but it's going to happen eventually. There we go. Tinted Winter, my favorite Megatron voice. Does David K count? I mean, David K counts. He did the Universe Trilogy Megatron. And then Corey Burton is my other favorite Megatron. Frank Welker, of course, is incredible. He deserves to be remembered as the voice of Megatron. But my personal favorites are Corey Burton and David K. Oh, Mon, I've absolutely thought about doing non-TF mini toys of. Um, Maybe something DC related. I mean, I'm planning on doing a GoBots episode in April. I guess that's technically going to be the first mini toys of that's not Transformers related because it's, GoBots, different toy line, different company, different molds. Scott Duncan, I did many toys of Spider-Man, but those were only Spider-Man Transformers. I didn't talk about any toys that were just Spider-Man. I think the other thing about many toys of, if I did someone like Sonic, do I count plushes? Because that infinitely increases the number. There's been so many Sonic plush lines. Thank you, Pat Mac, for making me know about that. Have I ever told you guys about my very brief plush obsession that was almost entirely kickstarted by Pat Mac? Because I did. I collected a shit ton of Cine Mario plushes. Realized way too late in the game that I had a lot. Harold, I don't really remember. Oh, dude, Fred Tadakowski is such a good Megatron. I love him too. I don't really know who I'm going to do as the April Fools. Because I've been thinking about doing GoBots as April Fools, and then I remember Chris McFeely did GoBots as an April Fools thing. So I don't really know. Maybe we won't do an April Fools, or maybe we'll do like a character who's known for being funnier or goofy. Because April Fools last year I did many toys of Angry Birds. I guess we could do the many toys of the 13 Primes now, because now we know what they all look like from Power of the Primes. I keep seeing those DC Sonic figures, and I don't know, because every time I'm in the store I do pick them up and I think I want to get them, and then I think, no, they look pretty rough. Not the Sonic ones. The Sonic figures look great, but the DC figures look real rough. Like Wonder Woman and Superman especially look rough. I do want that Eggman Lex Luthor. Holy shit, I want that Eggman Lex Luthor. I do think that that's not as good a character combo, though. And in fact, truth be told, I think that the Sonic DC character combos, a lot of them are really missing the point. Like, obviously, Flash and Sonic, that works. Tails and Cyborg, that's okay. I can buy that. Knuckles and Superman. What do they have in common? Unless you want to do they're the last of their kind, because you got Last on a Krypton and the Last of the Echidnas. I think Knuckles should have been paired with Wonder Woman. I think personality-wise, they're a lot more similar. And also, Paradise Island, Angel Island, that works so much better for me. I would want Amy with Superman. Because Amy's supposed to be the all-loving hero. She's the one who protects the birds and is able to break through to Gamma. So I think Amy should have been with Superman, and Knuckles should have been with Wonder Woman. But of course they didn't do that because, no, girl has to be paired with girl. Shadow and Batman's good. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about Shadow and Batman. That was the right choice. Out of all of them, that's the one that is... Okay, I take that back. They never would have done this because he's not a member of the Justice League. It should have been Shadow and Red Hood. They match each other's energy way more than Shadow and Batman. You could have given them guns then. And they could have talked about how they're sad boys and how everyone on Tumblr loves them. You could have had Shadow talk about Maria, and then Red Hood would have talked about how he died. In terms of Eggman, I think you should have paired him up with Toyman. I think that makes more sense. And if not Toyman, it should have been... No, I'm going to stick by that. I think it's Toyman would have been the better pick. But also, Lex Luthor's good. That's decent. It's a pairing. Makes sense. They do have that in common. You're completely right that both Shadow and Batman are united with Well, here's the thing: they were united by dead families and also friends with a jewel thief. That would have been cool. Rouge and Catwoman. That works. That makes sense. Kristen, if I made a mini toys of the Wreckers, that would be like 6 hours long because everyone's been a Wrecker at some point. Eggman and Egghead. That's a good pool, Queen. They made a toy of Egghead. McFarlane did. They did Rouge Catwoman? Okay, now you see? Laura says they did Rouge Catwoman. That's a good pick. It's obvious, but that's good. That works. That makes sense. It makes more sense than Superman with Knuckles. Superman and Knuckles would never get along. Could you imagine those two on a blunt rotation? That'd be a nightmare. Amy needs to get on Superman's blunt rotation, and Knuckles needs to get on Wonder Woman's blunt rotation. Can't complain, Rhythm Lensman. How's it going? You have a playlist called My Favorite RonBonDujon Episodes? Harold, I have to ask, what's on there? What's on that playlist? Big the Cat and Aquaman is so mean. That's not fair. That's not... Aquaman's cool, and Big is also cool. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is it because he fished Aquaman out of the water? I'm coming around on it now. I'm actually kind of coming around on it. Probably a Wolverine and Deadpool kind of relationship. No, that's what I'm saying, is like, maybe that's the pairing, is that Froggy... Aquaman can talk to Froggy and tell Big what Froggy's doing. I'm getting more okay with that pairing the more I'm thinking about it. That's what I'm saying, is Superman and Knuckles have nothing in common. Superman would try, but Knuckles isn't talking to him. Mr. Mind and Eggman would be good. Honestly, the Brain. Get Brain and Monsieur Mala. They'd be so fun with Eggman. I love that, the idea that Big is fishing for Aquaman. I don't know, Kristen, at some point. Whirl's on the list. I don't remember where on the list he is. Because Whirl was someone who got bumped. He was supposed to get a weekend episode last year, but then Sea Spray made me, have a friggin' collapse. So I had to pull his episode. So I'm going to do Whirl eventually. I'll tell you now, if I had done Whirl last year when I was planning on, it would have been a real, negative video, because I was not in a good headspace, because I was doing too much. I think all three of the Flashes would get along with Sonic for different reasons. Okay, I've not read the Sonic DC crossover. Which Flash does Sonic interact with? Because I feel like Wally matches his vibe the best, but Barry is the popular one. So which Flash did Sonic work with? Damn it. Yeah, you see, that's the wrong one. It should have been Wally. Wally's a way better fit. Rhythm Lensman, what time period? What do you mean, Rhythm Lensman? Are you talking about the crossover? The crossover just happened this past year. Well, that's why they got the toys. Chrome Dome, I'm gonna send you to hell? What the hell? Oh, are we trying to figure out it is Barry? Okay, Barry's a bad pick. It should not have been Barry. Who would pair with Joker out of all the Sonic characters? I'm trying to think, because there's not many antagonists that go... Honestly, I would put Zavik with Joker. I think that makes more sense. Orbot and Cubot, sure, but that's the thing, is they're not evil in their own right. I don't think Cubot and Orbot match the Joker. Like they're jokey joke, you know, they're comedy relief, but that's about all they have in common with Joker. Zavik, I think could work with Joker. Um, Terry and Silver would be fun. Honestly, I want Silver and Booster Gold because they're both they can't get done what they want to get done. Or if you want to go more dramatic, do Commandi. Like Commandi and Silver, both from like very different but equally bad futures. And I'm sticking by Lex Luthor or Eggman should have been paired with Monsieur Mala and the Brain. I think that would have been really fun. DC did a crossover with Thomas? When did that happen? Who the hell did they pair up? I literally can't think of a single DC character that matches the vibe of Thomas. Except for Steel for some reason, and I think it's just because he has the hammer. Who would pair with Darkseid? I think the Time Eater from Sonic Generations. He's the only one I can think of. Cosmo, Martian Manhunter. That's decent. Thanks, Boom. Thomas was Superman. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense, you know, main character. I don't know enough about Thomas to say how good a pairing that is. Mephiles. Mephiles and Darkseid works pretty well. Marine and Clayface, okay. I also want more Jason Todd, Dick Grayson team-ups. That Gotham Knights game sucks, but I really like Dick and Jason's interactions in that game. Okay. We're going to open up I don't know how many more we're going to open up. We're going to open up at least one more. I think, because here's the thing, I don't want this to be the last DC live stream we do. Who is the more insane or on Torn or Whirl? I don't think Tarn's insane. Not to the level Whirl is. Like, Whirl is legitimately unable to function. Like, Tarn's unstable and he has his addictions, but, like, Tarn is able to reel it in and function in society. Whirl can't do that. That's my opinion. So I saw someone say Batman. Why don't we make Batman the last toy? That can be the, How unlucky are you, Rhythm Linsman? That's going to be like the main event is Batman. I'm going to open up Guy Gardner. Metron. Okay, chat, this is going to be where you get to have your voices heard. Are we opening Metron or Guy Gardner right now? Oh, see ya, Boomtron. I think Sandman we're probably going to wait on until next time. Because I don't want to open a ton more. Kristen, I don't have a Red Hood. I need to get Red Hood. So, Mom, we're still going to open Batman. It's just, I think we're going to open Guy and then Batman, and that's going to be the end of the stream. Or, you know what? No, like, let's do Guy, Sandman, and Batman. We'll open those, and that will have gotten us into a decent amount. We'll do the next stream. Metron will be one of the first guys we open. But here we go. We got Guy. We got one of my favorite Green Lanterns ever. Such a schmuck. Literally a dude whose Green Lantern outfit is his Letterman jacket from high school. So good. Such a loser. Oh no! Oh, there goes Penguin. The next time we stream, by the way, I got acrylic stands. I want to show off my my retro DC shelf. I'm not your guy, friend. I'm looking at you, Queen. I'm not your guy, friend. Alright. I really hope that was the reference you were making. See you, Kristen. Yeah, Scott, this is usually what we do. We just hang out. Mon, I don't know how to rewatch my life as a teenage robot. And I got a ton of stuff I still need to get through. I'm still in the middle of my Breaking Bad rewatch. But yeah, like, the live streams are always this. It is very much just, we hang out, we shoot the breeze, I unbox a couple of things. If we're doing model kits, I build up a couple of things, but it's always just us hanging out. Oh, so Scott, that's because you got two different hair pieces. You have him with, like, his buzz cut, and the bowl cut is the alternate. They gave you both of his shitty haircuts, so you get to choose your era of dickhead. And I love that. This is probably the best Guy Gardner ever made. Mostly because it's the only comic Guy Gardner that actually looks like him. And I love Guy Gardner. I love him so much as the piece of shit we don't want on the team. Like, I love that no one's ever tried to make Guy cool. There's been plenty of times where we have explained why Guy is a dickhead. Tender Winter, what do you mean? Yeah, no, his willpower is absolutely just his refusal to stop being a piece of shit. And that's kind of cool, actually. It's kind of funny. I also love in the Young Justice cartoon, when they're trying to get new recruits for the Justice League, and I think it's Wally is like, we have another Green Lantern on the planet, why don't we call him in? And both Hal and John just immediately say, fuck no. We're not getting him on this team. I love that even other Green Lanterns can't stand Guy Gardner. And also, let's not forget, DC or Nirvana. Like, the band Nirvana? DC. Yeah, he had the great showings in The Brave and the Bold. I do love how they did Guy in the Superman movie. It was so good. Jesus Christ, why is he so... Oh, he's greasy. He's literally greasy on all of his black paint. That's so gross. Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna have to wipe him down. Oh, God. Oh, that's gross. Oh, so between Nirvana and AC/DC? Probably AC/DC. I like them both. Guy Gardner would absolutely be the guy to be like, I'm not washing off my natural musk. Ladies love it. And he just smells like unwashed asshole. That's Guy Gardner. Harold, that's awesome. So, basically all the Cyber Training Rank and all the main toys of, and then a handful of, like, the side videos. That's cool. No, I'm glad you like my stuff. Like, thank you, dude. Phobia, I've never played Fallout. All I've seen is the show, and I like Season 1 of the show. I've never seen Season 2. I need to. I know they're making Season 3 now, apparently. It's really hard to get these hands out of this box. Jesus. I will tell you, McFarlane did the Fallout show toys, and I keep seeing the ghoul. And each time I'm very tempted to get the ghoul, because his toy actually looks halfway decent. And I really like him in the show. Okay, so Rhythm Lensman, I have SS-86 Thundercracker, but I've not opened him yet. Kristen, I think Tarn's way more brutal than Red Hood. Because Red Hood still has, like, a code of honor. Tarn's just a monster. If I ever play a Fallout game, people have told me that I need to play, New Vegas. Apparently that's the best one. And from the sounds of it, like, that's the one that's the funnest to play. So I saw someone who said that Guy Gardner reminds them of a coach. If I had to think of a character Guy Gardner, honest to God, reminds me of, he reminds me of Coach McGurk from Home Movies. Like the same, like, peaked in high school, total loser. Like, Guy Gardner is Coach McGurk if Coach McGurk were given the most powerful weapon in the universe. I'm scalping you. Sorry, bud. And I'm going to give you your bowl cut, because that's what you look like. You need the bowl. The hair actually, like, rests really well on the head. You'd never guess that you could switch out the hair. What a great, like, choice with this toy. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, McFarlane makes really good calls with these figures sometimes. Guy Gardner's in the Green Lantern animated series? Because I know the main characters in that were Hal, Kilowog, the robot woman, and that one Red Lantern guy. I do not know who the Fighter Brothers are. Are they cool? Are they another, like, toy review channel? Mom Makes, I had a bunch of the Motu Origins figures, and then I sold most of them just because they weren't really for me. I realized a bit too late that I was buying them for the sake of buying them. But I still have my Ninja Turtles Motu Origins Hordak, because that might be my favorite Hordak toy ever. I love the fact that the pointing hand has the ring. I don't know who the Fire Brothers are. I mean, yeah, if the Fire Brothers are cool, I don't know. I don't want to, like, pop into someone's email and just be like, hey, I don't know you, you don't know me, but you want to make a video? Because I think the only collab I've ever properly done is I was in some of Delta Tryon stuff. And then I was in one of Dumb Jake's videos. I think Dr. Lockdown wants to do something. And what else was there? I'm talking about doing something with Bots Obsession and Quacky Wacky, but we've not really solidified anything. Dr. Lockdown's super cool. I've been able to talk to them a few times. They're really nice. I don't know. At some point, I would like to do a Beast Wars collab with Perspective's End, because I think we're like the two people on YouTube who go to bat for Beast Wars the most. Wouldn't that be fun? Is that toy guy? Is that toy guy the one whose PFP is blue? That's a dumb way to describe. I've seen a few of their videos, and it's like I think they're fine. But the thing is, I just can't watch toy reviews anymore. Like, I just can't. Because every time I watch a toy review, there's like a part of me that's like, I need to make my own reviews. I'm such a lazy bum. Yes, I know that toy guy then. Yeah, I think that toy guy is a super cool channel. I don't watch a lot of their videos, but that's a lot more just because I don't watch toy reviews much anymore. Like, that's the reason why toy reviews aren't on the channel anymore. My channel is because, like, I've lost my love for them. I can't anymore. Here we go. Check this out. Rhythm Lensman, I've not done any short ones since that kickback video. Because I thought for a while, well, if I do short ones, maybe that will bring the magic back. But nah, if I'm going to do any type of toy review, it's going to be like this. It's going to be live streams, and that's because I enjoy talking to you guys while doing it. Oh, Kristen, I am doing a Valentine's Day special. I'm doing Obsidian. Nah, he's pointing. I wish they gave him a middle finger. But no, like, I just wanted to have him, like, very, like, in a shithead way, be like, yeah, look at what I got. Like I said, he's like Coach McGurk. Oh! Mom makes... I used to have a bunch of Motu Classics figures, and then I got rid of a lot of them just because they weren't really for me, but I still have my Battleground Evil Lyn and my Filmation Skeletor, and they're some of my favorite toys ever. Make a ramble about Transformers Armada being in Son of the Mask. Is that a thing? Were there Armada toys in Son of the Mask? That'd be funny. I'm into that. By the way, here's like the horrifying, screaming face of Guy Gardner. Look at that. They kept it hollow. It's gross. The Armada is in Son of the Mask? That'd be kind of funny. I need to look that up. That'd be funny. If TF Wiki, or if TFW 2005 can talk for fucking 2 hours about Ultra Magnus showing up for like 5 seconds in Stranger Things season 42, I should be able to make a joke about Armada being in Son of the Mask. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I remember that was like a big news thing. Like, the G1 Ultra Magnus toy showed up in 5 seconds of one Stranger Things episode. And then later on, fucking the Ghostbuster Transformers showed up in The Goldmans, or some other random sitcom that died instantly. There is no way the baby turned into Armada Starscream. Now you guys are lying to me. That's not real. Oh, Chris and I already did the Many Toys of Ultra Magnus. I did that the first year I did Many Toys of episodes. Wait a minute. Ultra Magnus showed up in an episode that took place in 1985? Fucking fake fans. Fake fans. The Ultra Magnus toy didn't come out until 1986. Wow. I can't believe someone made that blunder. I hope they lost their job for that obvious mistake. I hope no one lost their job over that obvious mistake. That was a Simpsons reference. Okay. We got... Why'd you flip your lantern, guy? Jesus. There we go. What a shithead. What a weird cabal of characters. Oh, Chris and I do have a favorite Ultra Magnus. It is the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. The one that has Minimus Ambus inside him. That's my favorite Ultra Magnus toy. Does he have problems? Yes, he does. But I still really like him. That's what I'm saying, Queen's Doge. They're flipping the lantern. That's the big reason why I can't do 2 episodes of Many Toys of anymore. Because for a little bit in the second half of last year, I was doing 2 episodes of Many Toys of every week, and that was too much. That was too much, and it was driving me insane. Yeah. Yeah, I get that, Kristen, but like it's the design of Ultra Magnus and IDW I really enjoy, and I like the character a ton, and I like that Minimus Ambus is there. And also, yeah, Hunger definitely looks like he's a part of like a punk band, but not like a good punk band. Like the punk band who 10 years later would tell people that the earth is flat and that you shouldn't vaccinate your kids. That kind of punk band, the wrong kind of punk band. Alright, let's get you, Sandman. Oh. Enter night, enter Sandman, onto Never Neverland. God, he looks so cool. Look at him. Look at how cool this guy is. Again, very much like Jay. What's so great about this design, this is just an outfit you could put together at home. Like, he has a gas mask from World War I, and the rest of this is just normal-ass clothing. So cool. Was Sandman the bad guy in Wonder Woman? No, Dr. Poison was the bad guy in Wonder Woman 1, wasn't she? Now I feel like I'm going crazy. Was Sandman in Wonder Woman? Hell yeah. Cheesemas, your dad likes good toys. Mon makes my least favorite thing about the Snyderverse is the butchering of Superman. Okay, it was Dr. Poison. Okay. Very similar vibe between Sandman and Dr. Poison. Well. Yeah, someone told me the other day that Maxwell Lord's the bad guy of Wonder Woman 84, and I was really surprised. I didn't know that he was in that movie. I knew Cheetah was, because she was in all the marketing. Was Cheetah... I know that movie's dog shit, but, like, did they at least, like, do right by Barbara? Did they do a decent Cheetah in Wonder Woman 84, or was she just a dumbass monster? Scott Duncan, you say that? I still don't think he felt like Superman. Like, he was fucking choking out Batman and be like, "You won't let me live. You won't let me die. My life is pain." Okay, so apparently Wonder Woman 84 did Cheetah, okay. Well, that's good. I don't know, I don't like how often they turn Cheetah into either just Catwoman or turn her into a mindless monster. Like, she's a human being with emotions and tragedy. She didn't want to be the fucking Cheetah. Dog shit design for Cheetah. That tracks with the Snyderverse. Cause what the fuck was up with the golden armor that Wonder Woman wore in Wonder Woman 86? I never saw the movie, just so we're clear, but I saw the toys. Why does she have, like, Hawkwoman armor? Harold, there are so many Sandmans. There are 2 different Sandmans in DC. There's this guy who just does, like, gas gun stuff, and then there's the actual, like, put you to sleep Sandman. Alright, we got the Sandman. Really nice material on his jacket. That was nice. And we got the big gas gun. Great looking head sculpt. Look at that. Looking good. He probably could have used an alternate hand. I would have liked a hand that could have, like, tipped the fedora. Forget that I just said that. I don't need Sandman to be a Redditor. Here, where can you go? Where can you go? Go hang out over there with Spectre. You're both in the JSA. That's fine. Alright, and now we're going to open up one final figure. It's time to open Batman. I'm okay with Superman killing Zod. Like, in that scenario, it makes sense. I just think overall Man of Steel is a bad movie. But, like, that scene doesn't ruin Superman's character. It's all the shit that happens before that scene that ruins Superman's character. Oop. Look at this. Look how goofy that is. Harold, I like Marvel Sandman. He's very similar to Captain Cold. You know, blue-collar guy. He's only in it for the money. Works with the hero more often than not. Like, yeah, I enjoy Marvel Sandman. If I were more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan, I feel like a lot of the love I have for Captain Cold would have gone to Sandman. I forgot Marvel has a Scarecrow. Yeah. And also, both Marvel and DC have Wonder Men. They have Power Girls. Deviations is bad. Yeah, a bunch of Captain Marvels running around. To be fair, I prefer Shazam for Billy Batson. I think that's a better name for that character than Captain Marvel was. That said, what did you call the rest of his friends? Like, what does Freddy turn into now? Is he Shazam Jr.? Or do they just call him Junior? And is Miss Marvel still Miss Marvel, or is she Miss Shazam? Because that's a whole other thing, is Mary Marvel, Miss Marvel, yeah. I feel like I'd have to read modern Shazam comics to find that out, and I really don't want to read modern Shazam comics. In any case, it's really funny to see this, like, kind of goofy, lighthearted Batman, and then this, like, kind of terrifying-looking Ace the Bat Hound. Also, I'm kind of sad that Ace doesn't have a cape. Ace would have looked nice with a cape. To be clear, Henry Cavill is not the problem with those Man of Steel movies. He's a good actor. I think he could have been other characters better than he was Superman, but he was a decent choice for Superman. There's Ace. Like, Ace doesn't have any articulation. I would have liked a cape for Ace. Still a decent Ace. I know they also did a Superman that gave you Crypto. So it's kind of cool that you can... I don't think they did a Streaky the Super Cat, but at the very least you could get Ace and you could get Crypto, and those are the famous Super Pets. It'd have been cool if they had done, like, Comet the Super Horse at some point. I understand why they didn't, but it would have been fun if they did. So I just realized they did Detective Chimp. They did Detective Chimp. So you have at least 3 members of the Super Pets ready to go in McFarlane. Alright. So, I wasn't going to buy this Batman at first, even though they came with Ace. But then I realized that this Batman has a wired cape. And of course, I need a Batman with a wired cape. And besides, I actually prefer blue Batman. I've always liked him with blue over black. Didn't The Rock voice Crypto in the Super Pets movie? Did he voice Superman and Crypto in the Super Pets movie? Did he voice Black Adam in the Super Pets movie? Was he 4 characters in the Super Pets movie? I'm having like fucking war flashbacks now. Did he play 4 different characters in the Super Pets movie? Yeah, no, The Rock was Black Adam, but he was also Crypto the Super Dog, wasn't he? Am I crazy? Was he not that? We need to get a good pose for this wire Batman. Because here's the thing, I'm trying to think, like, what's a good pose for a Golden Age Batman? Because I don't think he would do, like, the cape over the mouth. Like, maybe you could do the cape running behind him? Yeah, like, if we did the cape running behind him, kind of, maybe? Maybe. Or even just Batman like this. decent Golden Age Batman. I do enjoy how they like use the paint to really make it clear which one he is. There we go. And then, like, when I inevitably get a few more members of the Bat family, they can just hang out with Batman with the cape behind them. Tinted Winter, I've not read the IDW Beast Wars run. I would really like to, because it seems super cool, and I hear that they did great stuff with, like, Terrorsaur. Good call, Rhythm Onesman. Maybe a little bit more like that, a little bit more natural. He looks really good with Superpowers Penguin. Look at that. That's the thing is, like, I feel like I can just put this Batman with some of the more cartoony looking multiverse guys, and that looks halfway decent. Hell yeah. Maybe put the Flashes with him, because this is a wholesome ass Batman. I'm trying to think what members of the Bat family I have right now in Multiverse. I have Stephanie Brown. I have Cassandra Cain. Favorite Cliff Jumper voice is still Casey Kasem. That's who I hear when I think of Cliff Jumper. I really need to get Nightwing. I have a DC Universe Classics Nightwing. I need to get Multiverse Nightwing again. And then I have Cassandra and Steph. I have Batgirl. I have, like, Barbara. I need Red Hood. Probably the Devastation mold, I'd imagine. I'd imagine they'd use Devastation B to make Cliff Jumper for 86. That makes sense to me. I did not know that. I thought Flip Marko was always Sandman. There was a Sandman before him? Huh. That's wild. Did not know that. Well, guys, we've been going for about 2 hours. We were able to open up quite a few figures tonight, actually. Here, let's, Yeah, I know that one. One Human Torch is a robot, and they murdered Hitler. I know that. Kristen, who's the most relatable Transformer? I think Cliff Jumper. Because Cliff Jumper is just a well-meaning, kind of weak and slow guy. And he just has the worst luck imaginable. Like, I always thought he was very relatable in that way. Yeah, I think that this is a good lineup of DC figures. I have no idea what the Sing collab's going to be. I thought it would probably be Hatsune Miku. Cliff or Jazz? Rhythm Lensman and Cliff. Jazz is in my top 10. Delta, how's it going? Yeah, I got my Superpowers Penguin hanging out with this very Golden Age style Batman. They look good together. Ace the Bat Hound looks friggin' horrifying. That is not a friendly looking Ace to pair with this wholesome ass Batman. Scatman Crawlers will always be Jazz. But yeah. I hope that they just do SS86 Skywarp. Well, happy early birthday, Queen Stoge. Ooh. 3 speedsters, 1 cold, a bat, a penguin, a lantern, a spy, and a god of vengeance. Good group. Don't forget the dog! We also got a dog in here! Don't forget, Ace is also a really good detective. Despite being a normal-ass dog, Ace is somehow, like, in the top 5 detectives in Gotham City. Explain that to me. But alright, guys. I think it's about time that we wrap up this live stream for tonight. We opened some cool characters. We got a ton more to go through. Rhythm Lensman, you're right. But I'm going to stick with the idea that just shows how unlucky Cliff is. He's just a little guy. Cheesemas, I don't know. Mainstream comics still have their place. They've done cool stuff with, like, major characters recently. But, in any case, guys, I think it's about time for me to call it a night. We've been going for a while. Thank you all so much for watching. It's always so much fun to do these live streams. Thank you for always making it fun to do, to talk to you guys. We're going to do more DC next time. We're going to keep going until we open up all these McFarlane guys. Eventually we'll do a Transformers live stream, but, ooh. Kristen, my favorite Transformer, it's, for the Decepticons, it's either Thundercracker or Scrapper. For the Autobots, it's either Cliffjumper or Alita 1. For Maximals, it's between Airraiser and Tigatron. And for Predacons, it's between... who is it? Who's my favorite Predacon? It's between Inferno and Black Arachnia. But yeah. But alright, guys. Real talk, we might do a live stream tomorrow. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out as we go along. We'll definitely do a live stream sometime this weekend. It might be tomorrow, might be Saturday. I don't know yet, but I will let you guys know when we do. Thank you all so much for watching, and hey, we'll see what we get up to next time.